a democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Right back in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. You are in the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene alongside, as always, and the NBA trade deadline fast approaching, and we've got moves going all over the place, including a three-team trade that, I guess is the biggest fallout of this, that the Philadelphia 76ers apparently not in the hunt for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, they're out on Kyle Lowry. With an hour to go, the big takeaway from the George Hill deal is that will be the backup point guard that they have been looking for. Mm-hmm. They didn't give up much in this deal, a couple second-round picks, nothing too drastic. It is what it is. The Knicks get Terrence Ferguson. Oh, okay. He's real athletic. He doesn't do anything particularly well, but
right.
They basically swapped Iggy Brezdeikis for Terrence Ferguson. Okay. The Thunder got a couple more pieces. The Thunder now have 34 picks in the next 7 drafts combined. Literally 17 ones and 17 twos.
Yeah.
If you're a member of the Thunder right now, I hope you're renting. Because if you're not, unless you're Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and maybe Darius Bazley. Pretty much other than that, I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't.
Right. George Hill, does that markedly improve the 76ers?
I believe so, because it's a veteran point guard that can run the second team. Mm-hmm. I like Shake Milton. He definitely has a role. They've tried several guys as the backup point guard. They need an actual veteran leader. This is the DJ Augustine effect. Having a guy on the second team that can run the offense is a big deal, and I think George Hill will be good for that.
I thought Jeremy was going to jump out of his skin when it got reported that Aaron Gordon is going from the Orlando Magic over to the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
Aaron Gordon goes to the Denver Nuggets from the Orlando Magic. Gary Clark also goes along in the deal. Gary Harris, R.J. Hampton, and a protected 2025 first-round pick all headed to Orlando.
Aaron Gordon is a huge get. They have missed Jeremy Grant. He was a fantastic defender. Aaron Gordon's not the same level of defender, but he is that same level of athletic. I think this is a playoff move for the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this makes them a legitimate contender. This would make them the scariest team in the West to me, outside of the Jazz, to the LA Lakers. It just makes this lineup so multiple. It's what they've been missing without Jeremy Grant, who has thrived in Detroit. I couldn't figure out why they gave him so much money. Well, now I understand it. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Gordon is locked up for 2 more years. They gave up R.J. Hampton, who was a developmental guard. Didn't really have much of a role on this team. Gary Harris has played 19 games all year, and I've always thought he and Will Barton were kind of a hat on a hat. And now with Porter Jr. playing power forward in this lineup with Denver, they figured something out. I think Aaron Gordon's only going to make that better. He is a get-to-the-rim, athletic kind of guy. And for me, this is the best. This is the biggest move of the deadline so far, is the Nuggets picking up Aaron Gordon.
Man, they got a whole lot of big dudes with that team now, with Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, JaVale McGee, who they just picked up, and all Bol. Whatever will become a Bol.
Bol, who doesn't have a roll.
There goes the free Bol.
Oh, there was a lot of that. Well, guess what? This actually made it harder for him to get minutes.
Right. Other big deal being made right before the trade deadline, the Toronto Raptors sending Norman Powell to the Portland Trail Blazers in exchange for Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood. Toronto Raptors getting something out of Norman Powell. Do you think that they lost this deal?
No. I think this is actually pretty equivalent. And I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you who's looking right now. The Phoenix Suns, the LA Clippers, the Dallas Mavericks. The Trailblazers and the Nuggets have put you on notice because they are now better than you are. Mm-hmm. I understand the Suns have been good all year. They're a young team, blah, 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 blah. Well, you have teams that are right behind you in the standings that just added pieces that are going to legitimately help. Right. The Portland Trailblazers now have the best 3-guard lineup in the NBA with Dame Lillard, C.J. McCollum, and Norm Powell. And Norm Powell's a guy that can actually defend. Gary Trent, that's a good return for Toronto. Gary Trent's a guy that's worked his ass off. He couldn't hit water off a bridge when he got into the NBA, and now he's a marksman shooter. I like this deal. Rodney Hood's kind of he's become a mercenary. I think this is, 19th team in the last 3 years? Mm-hmm. I believe he has now played for every team in the Western Conference and had to go to the East. So, I mean, that is what it is, but I like this deal for Toronto, and I like it for Portland. Yep. This is basically Toronto throwing their hands up and saying it's not working the way it is.
Yeah.
Norman Powell's been very good winning the starting lineup. I think he will be a starter in Portland, and I really like this deal.
Yeah. The Orlando Magic blowing everything up. They've sent now Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, and Nikola Vucevic, all before the deadline.
That's for you, Orlando.
I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene.
Yeah.
We'll have all the coverage of it coming up on ESPN, Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. And, of course, we'll have more coverage tomorrow morning in the Sportsocracy right here in the Wicked Weed studio at 9.